Rapids, Michigan today with Chris Woodruff and Bill Miller. And we're at the West Michigan DotNet University. Chris, you were one of the right?
I was the person who started the whole thing.
All right, tell us what it is.
So the DotNet University is an idea that came about where a bunch of us were talking about we were talking about is most code cams and data.nets who are they really true to? And we were saying that they have been turning more and more into speakers and not as a attendee event. So I came up with this idea of why don't we get back to the basics? So I really trying to
First of all, what do you think?
It almost feels like sometimes code camps and day of dynamics happen for speakers to come together and they do their talk, but they have fun together, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with people who work hard in the community come together and do talks, but sometimes it feels like we've lost touch with what the true meaning of all the programs and data is.
I totally agree with that. I spoke with Dan Dunn before. Part of that.
Yeah, and
You're saying that that's all well and good, but we're also talking about the audience.
yeah,
Falling short in that area.
I think sometimes we are. So there has to be that balance of sessions and content that people can take back to the companies, to the queues, really thinking that I'm not saying that you can't have really cool things that are just cool to talk about. As an example, someone developed some .NET code to integrate back to a controller. They did a session. Very cool. It was interesting, but really how much of that could someone get back to their company unless they want to integrate and have their sales.
That's one of the obvious.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, I'm not trying to make enemies, but
Speak your mind.
speak my mind. I have no problem doing that. So there has to be a balance. So I like data.nets and I like code camps, and there's enough here in Michigan between Ann Arbor and Lansing and Grand Rapids. We've had one for the past 2 years.
Sure.
I said, what we really need to do, let's go back to basics. Let's get some content that's basic, that people who want to learn about .NET and maybe not have an expert level or even an intermediate level can come, spend a day, and get longer content, deeper content over a 3-hour period. And we have less sessions, but I think we have richer conversations because people have more time to ask questions and get that deep knowledge that they really need to take back to their companies and take back to their jobs.
All right, so I heard 2 goals. One is that let's start with more practical content.
Yes.
Things like .NET skills. I did a section on SQL Server. Things that can be applied right away to your business problems. And then also maybe step back in more introductory content.
Yeah. So what we try to do in the mornings, do very 100 level. So everyone knows Microsoft conferences. We always try to do. We have the concepts of 100, 200, 300 level, 400 level sessions, and that really gears to people what they want to see. If people want 100, 200 level, they go to those. And so I view code camps being very top heavy.
Okay.
And this new concept and it's not a new concept. I mean, there's been other .NET universities,
All right.
like in
Michigan.
Ohio. In Ohio.
Okay.
Those are very bottom heavy.
Okay.
So we have a lot of 100 level, some 200 level. I don't think we did a 300 level at this event, but I think in the future we will.
Okay. And what's the, so I should point out that it's lunchtime. It's a one-day event. We're halfway through the day.
Yes.
So we've had basically a set of 3-hour sessions. We had lunch. We had a chance to talk to a lot of people. What kind of feedback did you get?
Well, it's been good.
Yeah, Bill,
Yeah,
tell us.
I talked to a number of people, and they really enjoyed. Number one, the facilities are big, great.
Yeah,
We're at Grand Valley State University.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they really like the format.
Yeah.
We're in a classroom setting, you know, and they're talking back and forth, and the level that the SharePoint talk that they just had here in the lecture hall right here was very informational for a lot of people that don't have experience with SharePoint. And it's a big mountain of a topic to get through.
Absolutely.
And they thought that interactivity was fundamentally sound for them. It gave them some good basics on what it is. And they rolled up their sleeves and understood a few more pieces of it. And they can take that forward into their company, because that's one of those software platforms that everybody wants it, but nobody knows anything about it.
Well, that's an overstatement there, of course, but it is a platform that everybody's heard of.
Right.
Everybody's at least aware of it, and not everybody has dived into it.
Right, just because they just don't know.
They don't know where to start. That's a big problem.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Did you guys get a chance to actually sit in these sessions?
I sat in the SharePoint one.
Oh, you so much. Okay. I saw you work out the booth here as well.
Yes, yep, so I was bouncing back and forth, making sure everybody had their, computers on and stuff like that, but I thought the SharePoint one was very well done.
Who gave that one? Was it Rick?
Yeah, I think it
was
Rick?
Rick.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Rick's off camera right now, but yeah, Rick did that.
What's your last name, Rick? Kerner. All right. You're a famous guy.
Cowboy hat.
Cowboy.
Yes. So you got a lot of feedback at lunchtime. I was wondering if anybody gave you any suggestions of what you could do better if you do this again. Or maybe you thought of one as you were sitting around.
A better map.
A better map.
A map of the rooms?
Yeah, we were map of the building and the location. It was a little tough to find.
Did some of the speakers get lost on the way here?
Yeah, maybe a few. I think one thing that we may look at next year is do a blended .NET University and Day of .NET.
Okay, so you have the 100 level and the 3.
Yeah, so we'll have some of the tracks being 2 or 3 hours. We're trying to figure out 3 hours is too long, maybe scaling back to 2 hours or who knows. But have longer sessions that go deeper and are that 100, 200, and possibly maybe reach up into 300. And then having some other tracks that are traditional code camp type of and Day of .NET type of sessions that are our just
real specific
topic, deep dive, and just get in, get out, and then people can kind of cross back and forth.
Okay, I did my session. I ran out of time. I
did?
don't know if my students could have taken an extra hour, but I certainly could have filled an extra hour.
Yeah, so I did a session on Introduction to Architecture with Brian Prince this morning. He did most of the talk. I did about the last 15 minutes showing some code demos. But that was good. A lot of people got a lot out of that one because we had a lot of interaction talking about the soft skills of architecture and what the job entails. And
Interesting.
And Brian always says it depends.
It depends. That's his motto of his this one.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I've seen Brian's architecture talk, and it's 1 hour long. And I assume this is based on that, extended to 3 hours.
Well, what we did was we had a talk on how to be an architect and what's involved with being an architect for the first half. And then we took a 20-minute break, let everyone kind of get their strength back and get a breath. And then we came in and talked about design patterns.
Okay.
Because that's a fundamental area that architects and software developers need.
Absolutely.
For today's careers.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to get up and running on as well.
Yeah, so we had about an hour and a half for that. So that was a good, I think we could have went about 2 hours on just that. Mm-hmm. So that's something that we need to take a look and figure out if we should do more 2 hour sessions or instead of 2 halves of 3 hours.
Right.
So
did you pick a few design patterns? and dive into those, or did you just talk about design patterns in general?
Yeah, so we talked about a lot of design patterns from a high level, and
Okay.
then I came in with some demos specifically within Visual Studio and showed like singleton and the adapter and the observer and
Okay, so you're picking
Facade.
design patterns from
Yeah,
the Gang
we-
of Four book,
yeah,
which has all its examples in C.
Right.
Yeah.
And so some people don't find that approachable.
Yep.
You give some practical examples of
Yeah.
.NET.
And I
Nice.
talked a little bit about this new concept of database patterns and for like the last 5 minutes. And
And you guys are involved in the local Grand Rapids community, is that right?
yeah, we're involved with the West Michigan .NET user group.
What's your title there, Bill?
I'm former president,
You're former president emeritus?
current president.
And
Yeah.
current president, okay.
Yeah.
And,
So I think I'm going to rope Bill back into being vice president. So,
yeah, I've been meaning to get back into it.
so he's VP now.
I've heard you moved from the country club.
We did.
Okay.
We did.
It's
So
a little bit more centrally located.
Yeah.
We're still probably gonna look maybe for
it's
another
It's-
home, who knows?
who knows. Well, I mean, we're still looking, and we're looking at cheaper places with the economy. It's kind of hard to justify spending $200 on pizza.
Sure.
So
It's really good pizza though.
it
It's got,
was
like,
very
goat
good
cheese or
pizza.
something on it.
Yeah, it was exotic pizza. It was it was good. And it was nice to have the only user group that I know of in the country that had an open bar. So, and I would actually, I think you were a recipient of that. Every speaker, I would buy a pitcher of beer.
I haven't been yet, but I'm gonna call you on that one.
Well, we don't have
I'm
it
still
because
gonna
we're
call you,
here.
right?
But,
No.
so like
Not
Dustin
today,
Campbell.
but someday.
So like Dustin Campbell
That
came
day may
in.
never come.
Yeah. So Dustin Campbell came up from Toledo before he joined Microsoft, and I bought him a pitcher of Arcadia Nut Brown Ale.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
It's excellent beer. And so we had to sit around for about an hour and a half after his talk so he could get ready to
Save
drive
it.
home.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So, but it was a fun place, but you know what?
Things change.
Things change, and we're getting a group back, and I think it'll be a better group. And the other thing that we're trying to do, especially also with this conference, having it here at Grand Valley State, is it's students, and so we need to touch the people that are going to be coming behind us.
Sure.
And so having the user group here also, don't you think so?
Absolutely. I teach out here as an adjunct.
Do you?
And,
What do you teach?
Introduction to Visual Basic.
Okay.
And what I end up doing is I'm always encouraging the students, come to the .NET user group meetings just for the networking aspect
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And there's some ex-students that have that have gone on to employment over at Microsoft and stuff like that. But some of the other ones that may not be interested in computer science directly end up coming over and just talking to prospective employers because it's all about local and it's not.
Absolutely, yeah. It's networking is not only enjoyable, but it's also practical.
Correct.
Because you never know when you're going to need to know
And
somebody.
it's necessary.
It is,
Absolutely,
yeah. And this type of event right here, I mean, I got to sit down with people I haven't seen in almost a year,
Uh-huh.
get caught up with them. And say,
And you and I have never met before, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's true. I had, Chris,
Yeah.
we've been on and off but it's been about a good 6 months since
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
really been able to sit down and talk about what we've been working on.
Oh, that's one of the great things about the community we have here.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get overwhelmed by the number of events, but
Right.
it's nice that we have that option. It's a tough thing to complain about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many events.
And-
It is, there are a lot of events, but I think that adds some variety.
Yeah.
And
So-
a lot of times though, like West Michigan doesn't have a huge number of events compared to Chicago or the east side of the state. It's just, I don't know, it's just been that way forever as far as I know, so.
Sure.
And we try to do what we can over here with what we have, and it's, but there's some very talented people that come around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it isn't just for the West Michigan community. I saw people from Ohio here. and people from Detroit.
Chicago, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We had some people come up from Chicago. We had some people come up from northern Michigan,
Oh, yeah.
or come down from northern Michigan,
Yeah.
Detroit. A lot of people from Ohio. I would say at least half of our speakers came from Ohio. So,
Hmm.
so we have a huge community in the Heartland district, our district. So we're
Yep.
very close knit.
Big and passionate.
Yeah.
Any of your students show up this event?
2
Excellent.
actually showed up, so
Good.
that was very nice. I actually, last night, I got phone call after phone call and email after, is it too late to register? Come on down, you know, we'll make room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had plenty of food. I mean, we know that in these events, we're gonna lose 25 to 30%.
Especially when they're free.
It's free,
There's
yeah.
nothing to lose, so.
Yeah, yeah. And that's good and bad. I mean, we do this, it's all sponsor driven,
Mhm.
paid for by sponsors. But on the other hand, we overpay on something, so it's
Oh, because
But
you're
it is what
anticipating
it
more
is.
people. It's hard to estimate who's gonna actually show up.
yeah, I mean, so those events where everyone shows up, you get burned.
Right.
And then those events where no, you have less people. So it's just it's the tough side of planning these events.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Not really. So there will be a .NET University next year? Question mark?
I think there'll be the content will be someplace.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna be called .NET University.
So West
or-
Michigan will have some sort of community event.
Every
this
year,
summer.
every year West Michigan will have some type
Oh,
of
good.
event.
Great. This is the second one I've been to. And I've really enjoyed both of them.
Yep, this is our third year of putting on something.
All right. You guys do a great job.
Good.
Thanks a lot. Before we go,
Thank you, Tim.
Deep Fried Bites podcast
Yep,
and
Deep Fried Bites.
cloudsocket.net is your blog.
.com.
.com is your blog. Anything you want to talk about?
Nope. I'm good.
Advertise? All
Yeah,
right.
I don't advertise.
Just go to Grand Valley State University and take his class.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Bill, thanks a lot. Next time.